Sometimes it's hardship that brings people closer. It shows us why we must fight and why we must become each other's strength. Today, Burkina Faso is building the longest irrigation canal in Africa. No foreign loans, no Western oversight, no international consultants. It's just cement, water, and one unshakable national will. But why now? Why is water suddenly the center of this country's freedom struggle? And how did one dam become the birthplace of the continent's most rebellious project? Let's find out. In the dry, politically isolated Sahel where hope was drying up, Captain Ibrahim did the unthinkable. He declared war, but not with bullets, not with tanks. This was a war for water. For decades, Burkina Faso's greatest weakness wasn't its army. It was its land, fertile but forgotten. Ignored by those in power, villages sank deeper into poverty, not from lack of skill or strength, but from one missing link: year-round access to reliable water. Captain understood a brutal truth. If a nation can't feed itself, then sovereignty is just a rented illusion. So, he changed the battlefield. The real weapon wasn't a gun. It was water. Control water, and you control life. Grow your own food, and you reclaim your destiny. He saw what colonial regimes and modern governments never did. The road to true freedom doesn't pass through boardrooms. It flows through irrigation canals. Year after year, climate change pushed Burkina Faso closer to famine. But this time, the country didn't beg. They built. Because the longer people wait, the more they depend on aid and the more pressure foreign powers can apply. That's where the outside world miscalculated. Didn't just launch an agriculture project. He started a resistance, a movement where Burkina Faso would no longer kneel for food. From now on, canals not clouds would determine the future. This wasn't just about farming. It was about freedom. About breaking a system that turned hunger into profit. Why water? Because water is the great equalizer. Doesn't care about your GDP, your credit score, or your IMF debt. If you can master water, you can turn deserts into fields. You can turn forgotten villages into economic engines. But water alone isn't enough. It needs a path. And that's why the next phase of the revolution began. Not just to conserve water, but to give it direction, purpose, and power. When the first water flowed from the Gaungin Basin, it didn't go to export farms or global markets. It flowed to a place history had cursed, a place abandoned by investors. It's overlooked by planners, where rain never stayed. Captain chose Bama, not for convenience but for meaning. The land once split by thirst would now lead Burkina Faso's rebirth. Because if Bama could be revived, then nothing would be impossible. Not food security, not economic rebirth. It's not a Pan-African strategy for agricultural sovereignty. His plan was bold. Turn water into a weapon, use irrigation to bury dependency. Make the driest lands the greenest. Once the war began, the question wasn't, can water change the game? It was, how quickly can we make it happen? Welcome to the battlefield, the Bama Canal, where dreams either dry up or flow forward. This is no ordinary canal. The Bama Canal is a fusion of ancestral resilience and future-ready design. Solar-powered pumps, pressure-regulated valves. Soon, smart flow monitors will ensure not a single drop is wasted. Storage warehouses are being built. Roads are being constructed to connect fields with markets. Water distribution centers are placed where they're truly needed, not where politicians want photo ops. This revolution is not directed from embassies or skyscrapers. It's crafted by the people, for the people. And Bama is just the beginning. If it succeeds, and all signs show it will, it becomes a national model, not just a canal, a blueprint. Statement that revolutions are not only about guns and politics, but about calories and dignity. This is Burkina Faso's turning point. Beyond infrastructure, this is a battle against hunger. Because what good is a canal if the people remain hungry? President understood. This is not just about moving water from point A to point B. It's about transforming a nation. From one that imports survival to one that exports stability. The ultimate goal was never just the canal. It was what would grow from it. One young man shared how he once begged for jobs in the capital. Drought had taken everything from his family. Today he earns enough to send money back home. He's not just earning wages, he's restoring belief. He's become a builder of a new nation. For many, it's the first time they've seen government investment arrive directly. No middlemen, no bribes, no fake promises. That matters.
Right.
Because when a state delivers real jobs, not just slogans, it earns something deeper than votes. It earns loyalty. But this loyalty is not blind. It's earned through performance. Knows that. When he set an 8-month deadline for the canal, it wasn't a campaign slogan. It was a commitment, a statement of trust in his people's skills, discipline, and urgency. And so far, workers are passing the test with dignity and determination. Vocational centers have emerged near the canal, training youth in solar tech, irrigation, hydraulics, and agri-logistics. This isn't temporary construction work. It's a long-term skills revolution, turning unemployed youth into technicians, engineers, and agricultural entrepreneurs. Jobs are growing. Urban migration is slowing. Young people who once fled to cities or abroad are now staying. Why? Because beneath their feet now lies hope. A future they're not just watching, they're building with their own hands. So we ask you, can other African leaders do what is done? Should the rest of Africa learn from his example? And if you believe that Africa is finally doing what should have been done long ago, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon, because here we bring you the stories no one else will. Black culture, Black history, and Black excellence. Long buried, but never forgotten. Thank you for watching. Stay connected. Till the next story.